All right, we're back with you. This is the Wealth Guardians. I'm Doug Ray, and with me is Paul Taylor and Brian Geiser, my able and trusted host. And we're guarding your retirement from market losses with safe money strategies. And before we get going here, I want to take just a second to thank all of our men and women who are serving for us in our armed forces, and thank them for the duty and for their sacrifices and for everything they do for us. And I also want to say hello to some good friends of mine down in Weddington, North Carolina. I was meeting with them in the office last night, Dave and Sandy. Hope you're listening to us on WSJS.com this morning. Folks, we got a good show for you today. Let me give you some phone numbers. If you want to talk to us, ask us a question, it's 800-642-0060. That's 800-642-0060. We're going to be talking about real estate investment trust today. Mr. Paul Taylor is a fairly renowned expert in REITs, and he's discovered a few things that I think are quite interesting. We're going to talk about a few case studies that are also very interesting, and we're going to also, hopefully, if we've got enough time, talk some more about annuity returns, real-world returns. But let me just kind of tell you guys, next week we're going to have a special guest, Patrick Kelly, who wrote the book we gave out several weeks ago about how to have a tax-free retirement. He's going to be our guest for the full hour.
That's going to be exciting.
Yep.
I look forward to having him on here. And, folks, I encourage you to really tune in and listen to him because he is a renowned speaker and author. So we look forward to next week.
Absolutely. Guys, it's official. We are going to have a positive stock market this year. My Green Bay Packers won the Super Bowl.
Oh, enough of that.
The Super Bowl indicator's never wrong. Well, yeah, once in a while it is. But, hey, the stock market's never going to go down again, right?
Never.
No. Uncle Ben and little Tim, they're going to take care of us.
Yep, thank goodness.
Worried. All right, the market had a good week. It was up. Dow was up 1.5% last week. For the year, it's a blistering. It's up 6%. The S&P was up 1.39, and for the year, it's up 5.69. And the Nasdaq was up 1.45, and for the year, it's up 5.9. And one of the reasons I do this is I kind of like to see which indices are taking leadership. And for a long, long time, it was the Nasdaq and the Russell that were the clear leaders, and now we were just talking right before the show. It's the big caps that are starting to take over as leaders. So we're starting to see that turn into the cyclical stocks and not the small growth stocks. Well, let me go ahead and get into this a little bit. Paul, you wanted to talk about REITs today. A lot of people own REITs out there, and they've been a very, popular way for folks to try to generate income on their portfolio.
Yeah, that's right, Doug. And first of all, folks, if Doug sounds a little funny today, he does have a cold, and we thank you for coming in here and coughing all over us this morning, Doug.
You're welcome.
And I'm glad Brian's sitting a little bit closer to you than I am. But anyways, we'll keep you in our prayers there. But yeah, Doug, the main thing about the REITs, and I really want to spend some time on this, is because I actually had this a case come in, and we'll cover that case. But part of what I want to talk about is the mistake that I've actually made. With a few of my clients a few years back, not knowing, how to really evaluate these things. So with that being said, let's talk about the difference between a marketable and non-marketable REIT. Doug, do you want to? Are you familiar with the two of them? I know you are, but I'm trying to get some conversation going on here with the rest of you guys.
Well, I'm assuming you're talking about a REIT that's marketable. That means you can sell it like you can sell a stock on the New York Stock Exchange or something like that.
That is correct.
Yeah, I used to do that quite a bit in my broker days.
Okay. Well, the marketable REIT, does have exposure to risk of market volatility. So if REITs are going down in the market, then marketable REIT will go down with that. Non-marketable REITs, what I really want to spend time on today, because I've seen probably 70% of the folks I've sat with that have REITs are in non-marketable REITs. And basically, Brian and Doug, what that's doing is that's showing a false value on those REITs because they sell them at $10 per par value, but the truth is they really aren't. They're not worth $10 per par value. In fact, I haven't seen one in the last 3 years that's been near what its reported value is. So I want to discuss that a little bit, and also, folks, if you believe like we do that interest rates are going to be going up, that's going to bring a lot of volatility in your portfolio with REITs, because obviously as interest rates go up, the value of the REITs go down. So we want you to be aware of that and to take heed and take precautions should that, well, not should, but when that does occur. One of the main issues on non-marketable REITs is obtaining an accurate appraisal and making a determination of the actual dividend the REIT is paying. There's a new report out now called Blue Vault, and you can go to, if you got a pencil handy, I would write this down. You can go to bluevault.com and pull that up and take a look at, possibly pull up your REIT. It is a paid service. We actually purchased the book to be able to pull up everybody's individual REITs. And folks, if you have a REIT and it's a non-marketable REIT, it's reporting $10 per share value on your brokerage statement, give us a call, set an appointment with us, and we'll be glad to look those up and those values of it, because once again, what I'm going to talk about later on in the session here is that the marketable value and the dividend payment is completely different than what you're actually receiving. Like I said, probably 70% of the people I've met with in the last year have been receiving a dividend, but they've been getting their principal back too and not knowing it.
And that number is 800-515-2919. Give us a call, 800-515-2919. Operators are standing by. They'll take your information, and we'll get with you on that.
So, Paul, let me ask a question here. With so many REITs that are sold on the exchange and are liquid, why would any advisor sell a non-marketable one?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is commission. I mean, let's just go ahead and draw that out. I'll give you a prime example of a REIT that we'll talk about today. I'm not going to use any names today, but with a particular REIT, most REITs have a 15% upfront load on them. And so as soon as you buy it, you're buying it at $10 per par value, but in reality, the value of it is $8.50 a value from day one.
Wow.
But on your brokerage statement, it's still going to report $10 per par value.
So they don't have to market to market then?
No.
Wow.
And that is the most popular REIT out there, is the non-marketable REIT.
So how long are you stuck in these things? I mean, if it's non-marketable, you got to have a buyer to sell it to them.
Everyone is different, and today, as we talk about this case scenario, I'm going to talk about the folks I met with, and they're probably listening to this today. And hello, if you are, I won't use their name, but we happened to find out that they could get out of their REIT at the value they purchased, the $10 per par value after 3 years. And I highly advised them, and you'll understand why in a second. Get out now, because you're getting all your principal back.
So you got to be very careful when you're looking at REITs to put in your portfolio. All right, gang, we're up against the first break, and we'll be back in just a short couple minutes. You're listening to the Wealth Guardians. Back in a moment.